we're out here in California, man. It's really excited to be here with the legend. You know what I'm saying? You don't want me to call him that. I'm gonna call him the legend, man. I'm gonna be hyping him up. I'm gonna hype you up, dude. Just let me do it. Just let me do it, man. It's my moment.
Okay.
If I had to think of a moment, you know what I'm saying? Probably my most proudest moment in weightlifting, it probably would have to be, man, just a competition. 2013 in Kazan. It was World University Games. It was, you know, year after the Olympics, and in London. I felt like I really wanted to make my last lift. I missed it. It would have been an American record. I would have won that B session, and so that was on my mind. So going to that competition in Russia, I needed to make my last lift to medal.
What weight class?
It was 85 kilo class. No. What's that? No, 85 kilo in London, but in 2013 I had moved up to the 94 kilo class. So I needed to make this last lift to medal, and I was able to do it. So I mean, I was fired up. That's one of my proudest moments. And
this is the last lift. Hey, man, that sounds like the Junior Worlds. That's
Yeah.
why I remember that.
Come on.
Hey, man. Hey. Well, I'll tell you, 2000. Man, I had been working towards it for 3 years, and I got third, and I got second. This is my last Junior Worlds, and I had to, everybody had competed. It was my last lift. If I made it, I won.
Yeah.
Nobody couldn't take it from me. Went out there. I don't even remember the smoke. Still don't have the video. But I remember
the video.
No, I don't got the video.
Now, is this a competition where you did the 157 and a half snatch, 77 kilo class, and that we know that record still stands to this day.
Yes, sir.
Amazing amount of weight. What did you clean and jerk in that competition?
I want to say it was 182 for the win.
Okay, 182 for the win. And if, correct me if I'm wrong, you are the last, we say, American lifter to win a Junior World Championship. Am I correct?
No. CJ Cummings just
did. He win the Junior Worlds?
Yes, sir.
Or was it Youth Worlds? Because I don't know.
I think he won the Junior Worlds.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure.
Okay. So yeah, so he did that. But yeah, that's amazing. 77 kilo class, 157 and a half kilo snatch, 182 for the win, 182 and a half for the win.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, man. See, that's major because I know me coming up and seeing that was always something. Give me something to shoot for. You know what I'm saying? So man, I'm excited to be sitting here with you, man. You know.
So I got a question for you.
Bring it out. Come on.
How did it feel to make 3 Olympic Games? The third one, man.
The same way you felt though. You made 2. It's hard enough to make 1. You know what I'm saying? So, like I said, man, following in your footsteps and your example, you know, I always wanted to be a multi, I guess you could say, Olympian. You know what I'm saying? Make multiple Olympic teams. I remember I made my first one. I was like, no, before I made my first, I'm like, I'm gonna make 1 team and I'm gonna retire. That's what I do.
Get out the game.
But I said, nah, I can't do that, man. You know, just like I said, man, because you're one of the lifters that I looked up to. You know, Wesley Barnett, Timmy McRae, and I was like, man, I want to, really make my mark on the sport. So to do it twice and then have a chance to do it a 3rd time, I think it was incredible. But man, I had lifters like yourself to look up to that kept me going.
I got an even better question.
Come on, bring it up.
You going for number 4?
Man, you know what? I really want to go for number 4. I want to. I have to see how things shape out for me.
What do you think it's going to take to get number 4?
Man, a lot of patience. You know what I'm saying? Strategy. You know, because I think that's one thing that's often overlooked is the training. Looking at long-term training, because in this day and age, man, it's internet, right? So it's a lot of people like instant gratification. So if they can't get it right here and right now, I think a lot of people, man, they get impatient and they rush themselves. They peak too early. And in high school, you know, we gotta be patient. We gotta be patient. You know this. We got people that are trying to do what you've done. You've done it 2 times. So if you had some advice for some of these younger lifters out here that are, you know, that are doing, man, they're doing some incredible things. Like, what would be your advice to them?
Man, I would have to say, number 1 would be find a coach you can trust and can give you proper instruction. 2, train smart, train hard, but train smart.
Okay.
And 3, just stay very dedicated. Like you said, be patient because it'll come if you do it right.
Indeed. So when you say train smart, train hard, train smart, that seems to be something. When I look at a lot of the young lifters in the state that we're in right now, it seems like we got lifters they don't understand what train smart means. It almost, for them, it seems like they don't think that they're giving it their best. They're not giving a max effort if they're not maxing out. So like, how do you feel about that? You know what I mean? Training smart, but at the same time training hard.
One of the the biggest, I guess you say, factors in being successful, and the success that I had was that, of course, you go in the gym, you got a workout written down, but if that day my body said slow down, I slow down. If it said keep going, go harder. Okay. But I also listen. My daddy was my main coach, when he said you're looking kind of like, all right, because sometimes you still want to go, but you just gotta listen. Yeah. And then if you listen to your body in those days, you'll be successful on the days. And some of the days when you gotta do it, like in competition, and you're not feeling right, that's when you push it in your body to take over and do what you're supposed to do, you know?
Indeed, I agree. And I like what you mentioned about your dad. You know, he would say, you know, looking a little off today, whatever the case, you need to bring it back. It makes me think about my coach. You know, one thing he likes to say, he would say, yeah, that just look heavy. You know, a lot of times, you want to, like, what do you think? Like, what did I do wrong on that lift? Even if you just give him a look or you ask him, and he just say straight, nah, that look heavy. So you probably need to reel it back a little bit. You need to sit down and get it together.
I have a question for you.
Okay.
So you know how some people, we call them gym lifters? Yeah. They're great in the gym.
Yes.
Get the competition, it's like it frees up or something.
Yes.
What do you think factors into their training or their mind frame that makes them not perform on the main day that counts?
Yeah.
You know, when it counts, it don't count. It counts in the gym for yourself and building your confidence, but it don't count when you're on the spot.
It's exactly what you just said. You talking about it counts for that confidence, and I think often a lot of times lifters, they get caught up in that emotion where they want to build confidence. We want to have great training, because you have great training that gives you confidence to go into the competition and make some lifts that you probably have made in training. On the other hand, I was a lifter that always wanted to focus on the competition. I was very competitive.
So you train for competition?
I trained for competition. Okay. I did not want to be a gym lifter. The same way you brought it up, I don't know if that's what the youngsters are saying these days. When I was coming up, you don't want to be a gym lifter. You want to get in the competition and have your best lifts, and that's something that our coach, he preached it very heavy. Obviously, want to have great training. That's what we go in for. That's a confidence builder. But I never felt any pressure to go into the gym and have to make my best lifts. I felt like if I had good training and felt healthy, when I got to the competition, I would be able to do exactly what the plan was created for us to do, and that's to be a good competition.
So, Kendrick, I got a question for you.
Yeah.
When you were coming up in the ranks and, you know, working hard, I know you can't do it by yourself. I know your family always supported you, but who else supported you?
Man, my friends. You know, when you get to choose the people that you want to be around, and you know, you guys, y'all get the vibe and just get to kick it. You get to share your goals with them too. So man, you got to make sure you have the right people around you, because if you have a group of friends or whatever the case is, associates, and you're talking to these people, you're sharing like things that you envision yourself doing, and you got people shutting it down, man, it's not good. It's not good for the mental, you know. So man, I had really great friends, man. Just people that let me crash at their house, eat their food, you know what I'm saying? So that's the best, man. And we can just talk about all the things we envision. If it was something that was just too far, you know, they'll let me know. But something that we feel that is realistic, attainable, and something that we're working towards, man, that was the best. Having friends, man, just like brothers and sisters to me, man.
Yeah,
I really believed in.
I can relate. I had a lot of friends that supported me, and they were also athletes. You know,
Yeah.
might not be weightlifters, but you know, and they used to embarrass me all the time. Hey man, this is the Olympian.
Yeah. Like chill.
You know, but yeah, definitely. I can feel that.
So tell me this though. Now, we all got that one friend. You know, that one friend, like you say certain things, and they'll bring you down and so they love you, but at the same time, they probably will keep it too real. You know what I'm saying? Like, you gotta have that one friend. Tell me somebody, man.
Man, I have to say that'd be Martoya Fletcher.
Okay.
He's judo Olympic trainer, so we hung out all the time, and he'd tell me if I'm doing right, he'd say, if I'm doing right, hey. Like my dad is. Yeah. I feel you. Okay, I'll stop.
The person that's coming to mind for me, a friend of mine, his name is Corey Phillips. You know, man, just a phenomenal person. I met him, I think it was maybe towards the beginning of 2007, but what's funny, he's a personal trainer now, but at the time, he was extremely overweight, but man, really good guy, really funny. But, you know, I'm doing certain things. If he thought something was weird or whatever, he'd call me out on it. But man, just great, man. But he didn't hesitate to just, you know, hit me in the head with some reality, and I needed it at that time. So yeah, man, that goes a long way with having someone that supports you and someone that can also push you too. You know what I mean? And kind of maybe not prove it wrong, but you know, to prove yourself right. Yeah.
So here's something with that too, getting strong. Did you have somebody that told you how to get strong, or did you listen to your body, or was it accumulation of everything?
Man, all of those things. Because if you're not gonna listen to your body, I think that is probably the most hard-headed thing that you can do. Because we're in this thing, we have to walk around in it. You know what I'm saying? We have to feed it. We gotta make sure it's getting rested and recharging and whatnot. So obviously, you know what I'm saying, my coach, Dr. Farris, and, you know, man, been around the sport a long time, worked with a lot of people, a lot of different athletes, a lot of different coaches. But man, the program that we had put together, man, I feel like, man, just great. Just had to trust it though. So he helped me out a lot as far as wanting to get stronger.
With that, did you always stick to the program, or when you felt something was going on, did you change it?
Yeah. You know, you have to make some amendments. You know, we had our foundation, and at the same time, we knew what we were going to do. But I guess with certain individuals, you need different things. And for me, I mean, I can easily recognize it. Like I said, just that goes back to listening to your body. So we got our plan. We know exactly what we're going to do. If I'm doing certain things, if I feel something is off, I'm like, man, I think I need to be doing this. So that's where communication comes in. You should have a coach that believes in you, someone that you trust. So you should be able to talk about these things. So instead of me just complaining about it, I wouldn't complain about it. I'm like, what you think about this? I just ask questions. And I think he really liked it because it challenged, you know what I'm saying, his thought process on a lot of things. So man, that was great. What about with you? Because your father was training you a lot, you know what I'm saying? So how would that work if you're doing something in the workout, you may be feeling something, and how you go to Big O, man, and say, man, Dad, we need to change this?
No. See, that's the thing. That's why when I first came into, like, 4 years ago, I wanted to get back into sports somehow, or do something athletic, because I was tired of I'm a barber by trade now, you know. But I was like, I want to do something with sports, and so I took a personal training course. That's when I learned about the 12-week cycle.
Okay.
Back in the day, it was mental, you know. We go in the gym. I'd be like, what do you want to do today? Well, we got this coming up. Let's work on this. Okay. It was just common sense stuff that came naturally, you know.
Like that.
And then if I felt something, I'd be like, I think I'm gonna do this because a lot of times he catches me like, why you moving like that? And I'm like, something's wrong. Well, let's go to this. Let's go to pools or something. So, you know.
Well, what about the youngsters now? You know, that's what I think about now. So I'm hearing what you're telling me. You know, whether if you got to change something up in training or something that you're feeling. What about them now? With their coaches and what they have going on with competitions, how they're going to pick what competition to go to, what competition to peak for. Because at the end of the day, everyone says they have an overall goal, but if you're going and, you know, let's say trying to max out at every competition or at every training session, I mean, how are we going to have a successful younger lifters and keep the sport growing? Like, what do you think about the state that we're in right now when you just kind of look around at things?
Well, honestly, if they could hear my story, they wouldn't max out every day.
Come on, man, bring it up. Why not? Though? Why
because man, you got, and that's one of the things I think ended my career early was because I didn't have a clear schedule of, okay, I need to lift at this competition and this competition. I think I competed at 4 or 5 competitions before the Olympic Games.
Wow.
Yeah.
Oh, hold on. Now, which quad?
2004. That's why.
Wow.
2005,
and then it's
body broke.
A lot of wear and tear.
Mm-hmm.
And see, I think a lot of people can learn from that. I know, me personally, like I said, I learned something from it. I was really hurt. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I want to ask you about that.
I was hurt, man.
I was like, what year was that? 2008.
2008.
Yeah, man. I heard they said I heard you lifted in the Olympics and everything, and then they said Kendrick's not lifting. I was like, did he get hurt? They're like, I don't know. And they were like, well, is he done with the sport? They're like, I don't know. And in my mind, I was like, Either he hurt, he done, or he's a smart man. That's all I can think.
Maybe a little bit of both. I probably was hurt, and then I started thinking, I'm like, I need to get smart. But man, I with me, I know I was having, you know, a lot of little nicks there and little hiccups and little small injuries. But you know, those things start to pile up. And when we think about our overall goal, that's all it is, man. You look at the big picture, it's just a little things stacked on top of each other that make that big picture. Now we dealing with my life, man. I'm like little injuries and all of these things, man. It's like I guess I wasn't addressing it. You know how it is. You're young, feel like you're Superman. I can do anything, bro. So it's like I had to get smarter and you know, just kind of look around and just see what different people were doing. And man, I'm thankful. You know, I had good people around me, man. Derek Johnson, he helped me out so much. You know, brought so much knowledge to me, and just shared a lot of information with me that helped me out a lot. So I had to take a step back and just re-strategize, man. And I'm thankful, you know, to be able to move forward and do some things. So I hope these younger lifters, man, they take heed to that, because we got some talented lifters out here. You know, what do you think about that? We got some talented guys. Who caught your eye, or who is someone that you may be looking at? You know, you can name names if you want to, but I want you to, so you can bring it out. What do you see?
Well, being that I was at the Olympic Training Center coaching youth camps, I saw so much talent, you know, so I could, of course everybody's going to say CJ Cummings.
Oh yeah,
he's killing the game. But there's other younger, like 13, 14-year-old lifters that are spectacular, they driven. I'm not familiar with all the coaches, but I'm starting to meet the coaches. I see them in competition sometimes, and the coaches seem pretty knowledgeable. They seem like they have good backing. I'm hoping that these guys can demolish the records that's still, you know, standing from back in the day, because they're getting close. Oh yeah, they should be able to. Like the records, I think a lot of times people try to hold on to them, and it is what it is. I think it's just for whatever time, you know. Yeah. I got some records, but that doesn't bother me if someone goes out and break them or whatever the case is, because that's what they're there for. We just kind of set the standard, and then the next wave is supposed to come and just try to push. Because like I got a record, but I'm thinking about CJ and lifters like Harrison. These guys are gonna be, man, they're gonna be killing it. And like you said, we got a younger pool of lifters, man, that a lot of people may not be familiar with right now, but they're on the way. So if they can train smart, you know, get around the right people, stick with these coaches that are very knowledgeable. You don't have to run to and fro, just stay right where you are. Stay right where you are. Trust that program. These guys, man, should be able to, you know, get on these Olympic teams, because I know that should be an overall goal for them. So look, so Oscar, tell me this. You said you met some coaches, and you said they seem to be pretty knowledgeable. So like, in your opinion, like, what do you think makes a great coach? You know, we have some good coaches, but what do you think makes a great coach? Okay, so I've worked under about 4 or 5 coaches in my career. 3 being at the Olympic Training Center, 2 back in Georgia. A good coach is someone that can give knowledge to an athlete and tell them things. There's a cumulative factor of all the things that a great coach makes, and I would have to say a great coach can listen to an athlete. Communication. They can get them strong, of course. What was the other thing that came to mind?
You gotta be able to motivate them.
Motivation. And they gotta be able to understand the athlete, because every athlete's different. There's no diagram to, if I give you this piece of paper, you're gonna go out there and be an Olympic champion.
Yes.
So if they can listen to the athlete and figure out how I can give this cue of what works. Some people are visual.
Yeah.
Some people listen. You know, and so they got to figure out what they're working with and be able to work with it.
So if you have a coach, man, like you said, I think, and that's key for someone to be able to, you know, pull the best out of that individual. You're dealing with a lot of different people that has been a great coach, and that's not a quality, like I said, that everyone has, but I think it's something that people can actually work towards, because you can go from good to great. When I think about my career and like the type of athlete that I am, I think that I'm gifted, but at the same time, man, I feel like I work my tail off. You know what I'm saying? If you look at my history, I'm not an athlete that, you know, won all these different competitions. just kept chugging away, you know what I'm saying? Little engine that could, man. And my coach, you know, he really made me believe, you know, that I could do it. He's like, man, you know, you set your goals, you work hard, you got talent, you know, man, come in and do it. Be serious about it, you know, and like I said, I believe, stay focused, man. And that was tough at times. You know how it is. Young people, man, and in this day and age, it got to be even tougher, you know, because they got so many different things, like just right in the palm of their hand.
Distract them.
Man,
in the middle of workout.
So many in the middle of workout. Because, you know, take the selfies, get your Snapchat on. So, man, it's a tough thing. So the coaches now, man, they have what I feel like is an incredible challenge, you know, because, you know, you want the youngsters to still be cool, you know, you want them to still, you know, do their little social media and whatnot, but man, it has to be a time and place for it, you know. So I don't know what they can say to them or what they can do, but I guess that's what's gonna separate the good from great. Now look, you train with a lot of people, you know, being in Savannah. I don't know if people are very familiar with like Team Savannah, but man, y'all do. Look, that's a dream team. And then, you know, being at the Olympic Training Center. So tell me, man, like, what do you feel separates, you know, when you say, you know, someone who's getting into lifting, they're beginner, novice, to getting to be, you know, national champion, to making, you know, world teams, to making an Olympic team. Like, what do you think the separation is, training with all these different people? Like, what is it?
I don't know exactly because everybody's different.
Yes.
But I can tell you what my defining moment was. Okay. I was regional champion for about 2 years. I started when I was 9. I was regional champion up to the age of 12. And at 12, I went to my first national event. It was the Junior Olympics. I remember it like it was yesterday.
Come on. Where was it at? Put that pressure on you.
Florida? I think it was in Florida.
Okay.
Yeah, it was in Florida. Pretty sure it was in Florida.
Okay.
So I went in there, and this is something that a lot of athletes do. That's they're looking at everybody else instead of looking inside themselves and bringing out the best in them. I was in there and I looked at the starting list, and there was this guy on there. I remember his name, Cody Walters.
Cody Walters.
Cody,
if you're out there.
But so I looked at the starting list and I looked at his total, and it was right on mine. Like, we were right at the same total. I was like,
hold on,
somebody got that strong as me.
Yeah, like, hold on, real quick. He don't read some stuff.
So we get out there, start lifting snatches. I think I was like 2.5 kilos behind him, but I was stronger in the clean and jerk at the time. That's why I worked that snatch to get that snatch sponsor. So I know exactly what I need to do. But so I was 2.5 kilos, I think, behind him in the snatch. He went out there, did his clean and jerk. It came. We were going back and forth in the clean and jerk. Or no, he went first because my clean and jerk was strong. He did his first 2 clean and jerks, so I kind of knew what I needed to do. So I started with what he had put on the bar, just so I get one in.
Yeah, you did lift in.
Missed it. He went, he missed it. I went back out, I missed it. My coach said, they put the 2.5, what I needed to go. And I was sitting back there, I had that look in my face, I guess, like, I don't know if I can do this. That doubt. You know it.
When that thing creeped in.
He slapped me. I went out there and smoked I smoked that lift. It was game over. I was like, what? Yes. It was over with. So, you know, back to the original question, I think you have to find what works for you and capitalize on it. Find your weaknesses and work even harder on those. And that's how you go from being a good lifter to a great lifter. Because after that, nobody got me to you.
Come on. But see, you said the bar though. You said the bar. Like, look, when I tell people, man, you inspired me, and I get so fired up, and I'm happy to be here right now, because I think back, dude, when I was 14, coming to to the junior squad camp, you got all these different lifters around, and man, dude, you an Olympian. You know what I'm saying? Dude, you did not have to take time and say, you know what you guys need? Man, dude, it took me to get my hair braided. You know what I'm saying? That was just real cool for me. So I always looked up to you, and I'm like, you know what, I got something to inspire and shoot for. because seeing like you know, all of your accomplishments, you and your brother. So I was just always fired up, you know, just to see what you guys would do at competition. So when I met you, I was like, you know what, man, I know I can do it too, because we was just chill. Like, we were young kids, so I'm like, man, this guy set the mark. That gave me something to shoot for. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like that's what it's
so.
like.
You heard what I think. In your opinion, what do you think sets apart a good lifter from a great lifter?
Obviously, man, mindset. You know, it's very important. When you were talking about athletes, you know, having to look within and, you know, believing in themselves and really focusing on themselves, going after those weaknesses, I think that's where a lot of people kind of fall off. They don't like to be challenged. You know, if someone is challenged, sometimes they feel like you're trying to put them on Front Street. Yeah. Like, man, I don't want to be there because now it's gonna expose me, that type of thing. And I never really had any pride in that sense. You know, I mean, I would, you know, just push and just want to get better. So if it was something that I was struggling with, okay, I want to work on that. You know, because this is something that's gonna help me get to my overall goal. So I feel like if individuals, man, can really just be honest, hold up the mirror and be like, dang, that's who I am. It's easy to address those things. You have to humble yourself. So if you're a person, man, that's determined, and you're willing to go after the goals that you have set, if you can show some type of fortitude, man, you can get over these obstacles, man. Like you can get to that place that you're trying to go. But if you're not being realistic, if you're not going to work, if you're not going to challenge yourself, then I think that's where the separation comes in, man. People that can really take themselves to that next level, man, they're ready for it all. You know, if it's something they don't do well, they'll get down and they'll say, you know what, I got to get better, and they'll do whatever it takes.
When I was coming up through the ranks, you know, at certain points you have to figure out how to challenge yourself. I set goals, small goals, like I was like, okay, I want to win the junior nationals, and I want to win the senior nationals, I want to win the junior world championships. Never got the world championship.
Yeah, but not one of those.
Let me get one of them, right? But what kind of goals did you set for yourself? Man,
very similar. I remember, so like my first national competition, I remember I just wanted to, you know, go there and make lifts. We went to Virginia Beach, Virginia. You see what I'm saying? And I ended up being the only one in my weight class. So what's interesting about that, you know, whatever lift I would have did, I would have won. You see what I'm saying? But when I look back on it, man, it was a perfect lesson, you know, man, to focus on yourself. You know, focus on yourself. So anytime in training, I wouldn't be worried about what this person or the next person is doing. And then, like I said, come to this time that we're in right now, it's the internet. You know, it's a big thing. You know, people posting videos and doing these things. Man, I cannot worry about that. You know, I have to make sure that I'm sticking to my plan, and if I think that's one thing that really helped me just be successful is like, okay, I have a game plan. I cannot deviate from the game plan, because if I do, now I'm not doing what I'm supposed to be doing. I'm not doing what I set out to do. So these things are very important to me, and I think they help out.
Okay, so there's one thing I've been noticing since I've been back in the weightlifting world. You know, everybody has a different body type, and what works for one person won't work for another. And this goes back into the internet and people looking at videos and emulating, you know. I've seen two people that can do it. You and Kara Hicks.
Okay, yeah.
Do you think just anybody go out there and do the squat jerk? Because I'm like,
I think anybody can do it. Like, for example, I can sing right now, but it may not sound good. You know what I'm saying? Maybe to my ears it may be good, and it may run everybody else out of this room.
How'd you decide that was for you?
Oh man, we really just try to make it a natural movement. Because when I was learning how to do the movements, obviously learn how to do traditional split jerk, learn how to do the power jerk, and actually learn how to do squat jerk on accident. We were doing power jerks, and then I just happened to go all the way down. And I remember, you know, my teammates around, we were very young, and they were asking, like, is that a lift? Like, does that count? And he was like, and my coach was like, yeah, that's actually a squat jerk. It's like a lot of people don't do it, but.
So did your coach help you figure that out?
Well,
that y'all wanted to work with it?
Oh yeah. So when I did it, you know, we would do other movements, obviously, you know, overhead squats and whatnot. And as I got older, you know, just started developing, we put a little bit more focus on it. You know, so I consider myself to be like a pitcher of weightlifting. You know what I'm saying? I got more than one pitch. You can't just go out there with a fastball. You know what I mean? So I had a few, man. A little knuckleball. I guess that could be the squat jerk.
So
yeah.
So you didn't go on the internet and see that?
I didn't see. Look. Now, I know people see things, man, and they were like, and man, they're fascinated about it. But I do believe people can learn how to do it. Now, that's not just because you learn how to do it. That doesn't mean that needs to be your staple that you do in competition. You need to go with what you can get the most weight in, and at the end of the day, what's going to keep you safe. You see what I'm saying?
Definitely.
Because if you are not healthy, obviously you can't train. If you can't train, you're not going to be able to compete, and reach the marks that you may have set or have written down. So, yeah, man, I don't think it'd be wise for people just to run out there and just try to do it. You know what I'm saying? It takes time, man, and you really have to work these things.
Definitely.
Yeah.
And so with you learning how to do that, the programming was through your coach watching you to make sure you were doing it safely and everything was in balance. So it wasn't like a guide on the internet that says, if you do this and this and this, you gotta sit there and have somebody watching you and being attentive, right?
Yes, man. If you are not, let's say you don't have eyes on you. If you're not recording your videos, and then even from there, like you're looking at it yourself, I still need another pair of eyes, and I'm talking about some experienced eyes to be able to look at things, because they may see something that you're missing. So my coach, man, obviously, just guided me to make sure that everything is on point. He wasn't a squat jerk, but at the same time, he understand biomechanics. He understand like how the body is moving. Got different body types, but at the same time, he started training me from a young age, so he knows how I move. If something looks off, he's like, man, that is not working. So we need to work this. Maybe need to do some half squats. Maybe need to work on I'm saying like some more overhead strength and different things. Whatever's going to help become more centered. So it's very important. Programming, coaching. These are just like pieces to the puzzle. So we can't just have one. You know what I mean? Let's say you got a great coach and it's just a big piece, but what about everything else that's gonna make the picture? You need it all.
So you kind of compare it. This would be my comparison.
Bring it up.
I cut hair, right?
Okay.
I'm at a barbershop.
Yes.
I'm a master barber.
Yes.
I've been doing it for 13 years. You ain't gonna go to cost cutters and get the same haircut you get from me.
It's not gonna work.
I know. Okay.
They get those big clippers, and they ain't got
no guards. No guards.
Got the number ones. They got the close, and then think you finna get your little taper fade or get your Odell Beckham on. Nah, it's not gonna happen.
Okay.
Not gonna happen. You gotta come to a master. You got all of the tools, the lineups, So yeah, man, it's most definitely important. So we cannot overemphasize one thing. I cannot walk into your shop, all the tools and everything you got, and just be like, you know what, I'm about to give you that, I'm about to get you this Oscar Chaplin. It ain't gonna happen. Yeah. It ain't gonna happen because I don't have that experience, and obviously it's not my craft. If someone cannot humble themselves and just say, you know what, I don't know how to do this, or I'm not as knowledgeable, so what I need some help. You're not gonna be successful. You know what I'm saying? So if I'm writing, even with myself, let's say if I'm writing a program and I have not put myself through or even been through, I feel like enough training cycles in, it's gonna be pretty tough for me to say, hey, let me give this to you and this is gonna work. I don't know how anyone can do that with a clear conscience. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I'm just being honest. I've been in the sport for 19 years. You've been in it for 25, and I don't think that you would just throw anything together and just say, hey, do this, and you've never done it before. It would not make any sense. So I don't know, man. It's a wild time. You know what I'm saying?
Definitely.
It's a wild time.
I was noticing yesterday when you were lifting with Big Mike.
Oh man.
Okay. Yeah,
Come on, it's been a while now.
No. This is legit.
Okay.
This is legit. I know you got strong legs. I seen a video on the internet.
So was it real?
Yeah, it was real. I think the ball was made. Yeah, so I think it was real. But I know you got some super strong legs. My legs never were strong, so I had to figure out a way to come off the floor, powerful, and get the bar moving. You just snatched it off the floor. I was like, man, that must be because he has strong legs. I can't do that. Yeah. And it was coming off quick.
Yeah.
I had to figure out how to finesse my way into it. And when I was teaching my athletes the past couple of years, some of them would try and just come off the floor and they lose their position.
Rip it out.
Yeah, let's say grip and rip. But so the athletes that were doing that, I tried to teach them, or I did, and I figured out a way to teach them that never start, which was really hard. Because it's hard, I don't know, it's hard for them to click in their heads, but when they got it down pat, they would come off the floor like freight trains, you know? So what do you think it was a factor in you figuring out that, because somebody might say, look at him snatching that bar before, but you didn't lose position. Yeah, I was watching. Oh yeah, I was watching hard. Because I was like, when he gonna lose position? It's coming, but it never came. And I was like, how did he clean and jerk 200? What, 212?
The most I've done in 211 in competition.
Yeah, I'm like, how did he clean and jerk 211? Like, I was like, he's strong. So, what do you think is a factor in being able to? Someone should know if they should do the dynamic start or just come off the floor. What do you think? What do you think?
I think what's really important is just watching people move. You know, not coming to someone. If we had a group of 25 people in here and saying, "All right, everybody, we're gonna do the dynamic start." Obviously, you're gonna teach people the movements, but you gotta watch them and see how they're doing it. And someone's like, let's say they're trying to rip it, and you see them coming out of position. It might not be for them.
But what if somebody? But you know, some people would say that that's improper technique. What do you think about that?
No, that's not right. I don't think that's correct to say because we have a lot of different styles. You know what I'm saying? I often like to use the analogy like talking about pitchers, because you have guys that are throwing the ball sidearm, overarm. So who's throwing the ball correctly? Is it the person who's just throwing it the fastest? I don't know. It all comes down to mechanics and making it.
Whoever makes the most strikes.
Who makes the most strikes. Okay. It gotta be a natural movement though, you know. And obviously, you know, we want to make sure that we got boundaries set up, you know, and that's using the proper technique. But I think a lot of times, you know, people they get so gun-ho on how something looks because it's not textbook, so to speak. We have textbook and then we have reality. You know. Now, if someone's doing a movement that does not even resemble a snatch or does not resemble a clean, resemble a clean or a jerk, then you like, I don't know what's happening. But we have to understand that things look different. I like to consider myself like the Sean Marion of like the clean and jerks. You know what I'm saying? You ever seen him shoot a basketball? It looks crazy. It don't look how I would shoot a basketball. It doesn't look how it's taught in the textbook. But we talking about an NBA All-Star here. You know what I'm saying? We talking about
make the clean and jerk.
That's what I'm saying. That's what it comes down to. So I learned how to do the movement, and then I had to make it as natural as possible for, you know, how my body operates. You know, so at the end of the day, I think people just kind of look at I think they get too caught up. They caught in the sauce, man, on how something looks. But man, the way I look at it, or my outlook on weightlifting, man, this is art. You understand? So if we go to a museum, we see a lot of different paintings. We can't be like, man, look at that. This thing right here, it looks terrible. What is this? Well, why is it up there then? You know what I'm saying? Why are people willing to pay so much money?
Somebody saw value.
Yes, and they say, man, you know what? That's beauty. So that's kind of how I look at my movements. It may not, like I said, look like textbook, but at the end of the day, I took a lot of time, you know what I'm saying, to work on my craft, you know. So hopefully people respect that and, you know, take a different outlook on it. But I think people are too caught up in the sauce on how something looks. You know what I'm saying? So you can have pretty technique, but if it's not getting you to your goal, you know what I'm saying, then I don't know. I guess you just got some.
It's like that video we made us able to do stepping off the platform. As long as they give you 3 white lights, 3 white lights, 3 white lights. That's all we need.
Yeah, straight up. So tell me this though, in your opinion, we think about technique. Why do you think people get? Why do you think they get so like wrapped up in? I guess like the appearance of it. Why do you think that? You understand? Like why are people getting so tied up and like, okay, this lift did not look, I guess, like how it was in the textbook. That person's doing a dynamic start. Why are they doing it? That's not right. Why aren't they doing a static start? Or even think about Wes Mornett, who did the dive start. Why is he just going up to the bar and just picking it up? He didn't even get set. He was set. You You know what I'm saying? We're talking about an Olympian. It's different. Like I said, different styles. But why do you think people get so caught up if something does not look, I guess, how the textbook describes it? What's the issue?
You know, a lot of people ask me questions all the time about why do you think people think like this? Why do you think people think like that? And you know what my response is?
What is it? I gotta know.
If I knew, I wouldn't be me.
Yes.
So I can't really tell you why someone would think that, but I know one thing: if they're worried about that, they're not worried about what they're supposed to be worried about. Lifting more weights.
Indeed. Because at the end of the day, man, we gotta get stronger, and we gotta be able to put the weight on the bar.
Common goal of getting some Olympic gold medals.
Yes, it is a weightlifting competition. You know what I'm saying? They were scoring points on how something looks. You know what I'm saying? If it was what is that's like gymnastics. Like think about the floor bend, or think about diving. You know what I mean? Like it has to look a certain. It really has to look a certain way. We're getting scoring points on that. So I think with weightlifting, man, I'm not saying that you just throw technique out of the window, because obviously that's what's going to keep us safe, and that's going to give us the opportunity to use all of our strength. But we cannot just we can't get lost in it.
Kendrick, back to what we were talking about before about choosing your competitions and things of that nature. I noticed you competed a lot last year before the Olympic Games. Because I was like, he's competing again, and I noticed there were a lot of competitions. What was going on there? Because I was kind of out of it, because I was trying to get here with Big Mike and get some things sorted out, so I wasn't so much into it. But I kept seeing a lot of competitions popping up that I didn't see on the roster and things of that nature.
Yeah. Obviously, we didn't perform well as a team at the World Championship, so it put us in a weird predicament where we had to, actually qualify a slot. So it was a lot of different requirements, a lot of different qualifiers that got put on the schedule. So the way I trained for it and with the competition I peaked for was a competition in May, but I still had a few more that I had to go to. So it was wild for me. I personally like to do maybe 2-3 competitions at the most, but I mean I kind of went over that cap. It wasn't by choice.
Do you think it affected your performance at the Olympics at all?
Oh yeah, for sure. You know what I'm saying? I only made 2 lifts. You know what I mean? I think I had really good training, but at the end of the day, I know for sure that I was tired. I was really I was really trying to push through it. I didn't have like any injuries. My body felt great. I felt good. The weights just felt heavy. They felt really heavy today. And I think if we had a different procedure, I think it really would help us out, because our mission statement, obviously we want to win international medals. So if we had something that we can just kind of just stick to, I think it would be better for all of our athletes if they know, hey, we're going to this competition and this is the one that's going to put you on the team. Then I think people can just plan better, and they can have better training cycles and ultimately have better competitions, which get us closer to what we say our mission statement is.
Yeah, definitely understand. I think I can relate, because I think back in 2004, like I was telling you,
how many did you have? Because you say you did 4. You did 4 competitions,
I think
right?
So. I'd have to go back and look in the archives. My dad can tell you that because my dad went to every competition, so his checkbook reflects it.
Yes, for real.
But I remember it was kind of disheartening to me, because I went and it was my second Olympics. You want to be excited because you made the Olympic team.
Indeed.
But in my heart, I just wanted to get over because I was so tired.
Bro, I feel you.
Yeah,
I'm telling you.
That's not how it's supposed to be. You want to go there and be excited and perform at your best. So.
Indeed, and we know, because especially like in this sport or any Olympic sport, that's the overall goal. You know what I'm saying? If that's what someone is shooting for, to make that Olympic team, not only to make it, but perform your best.
You worked 4 years for that.
That's your work, because it's only that one moment, and that's generally like the only competition that people see, especially dealing with weightlifting. Now we have some content and stuff that's being put out where people can actually see a lot of the competitions. But if we looking at more of a mainstream thing, that's the only one they see. So some people may be wondering, man, what you been training? Like, what you been doing? Like, you get there, you make 1 lift, or total. Like what's going on?
Yeah.
So they don't get to see what's going on, like behind the scenes, and some certain requirements that you have to meet, and it may not be the best for your training. So if you did 4 competitions, even if we're just including that Olympic Games being at 4th, that's a lot of competitions, you know. So ideally, like I said, if someone can do, you know, really 2 or 3 to me is like the cap, you know what I'm saying? You should be able to, you know, create some space and make sure you get the best performance.
Honestly, I feel like the World Championships the year before, and then the Olympic trials should be it. That should be it. Game over.
You have plenty of time if you need to take a couple weeks off and just rest. Obviously, you know, you come to the gym, get some active rest in, or, you know, just kind of move around, or you're just coming in and getting body work. All of these things will help, you know, clearing the mind, because that's one thing a lot of people overlook. Like they don't factor in the stress that you had. Bro, I was waiting for the games to be over. Not that I was not excited to compete, like you said, not that I wasn't excited, do all of these things, but man, I'm like, come on, I'm tired. You know what I'm saying? I got my sons, I got my wife. I'm just like, everyone is being very supportive, you know. But it's like, come on, we're human. So.
And it's not like an athlete's gonna go and qualify for the Olympics and get, oh yeah, I'm there now.
Yeah.
Like, no, you've been working hard for that. You're gonna make sure you focus and ready to go when the time comes. So yeah. I know you're training in Louisiana still, right? That's where you've been throughout your whole career.
One gym.
Obviously, you like it.
Yeah, my whole life, one workout.
So, is it the environment or the facility? What do you coach? What makes you stay there for 19 years?
Man, 19 years. Started in the same gym, same coach. Obviously, I like it, man. You know, just like any other place, you know. We a lot of ups and downs. You know, I think a lot of times, you know, people look at something, they say, well, what's going to be the perfect training environment? And it can truly be wherever you are, wherever you make it. But if you going someplace or you're thinking, okay, this looks great, so just because I go there, it's going to be ideal. And that's, if you don't go into it with the right mind frame, and you know, and you're not serious about making your goals a reality, then it's not gonna work. We can have people, man, that say they want to do something. They can come train with us, and then for some reason they may get bent out of shape about what we're doing. But on the outside, it's like they thought that it was gonna be perfect. So I mean, I love where I'm at. It works for me. I worked at it, and like I said, the people that are around me, I took time to just, you know, fill them out and for us to get an understanding of each other. You know, so. Just like I said, man, the grass is greener when you water it. You know what I'm saying? And so you got to take time for it. You can't just let it go crazy. Man, we watering it, cutting it, and it's like, it's some work. It's some work. So with you, like what do you think? You know what I'm saying? When we're thinking about an environment, man, that's conducive. You know what I'm saying? For getting to what you say your overall goal is.
So I started out in Savannah. It was a great training environment. My brother, you know, my friends, we trained hard. 2000, I moved to Olympic Training Center because I wanted to train for Olympics, and all the guys that I was competing against, they were in that gym. So it was like that. It was a healthy competition. It wasn't like
iron sharpening iron.
Yeah. So after I left there, I've been looking for, you know, since I came back into the sport, I've been looking for an environment that is conducive to what I want to do. The training center, of course, everybody knows, closed a couple of months ago. So Colorado is kind of dying down on weightlifting so much. They have a couple of clubs, but you know, they're already established. I came out here a year ago, and it was just a dream. It was an empty building. Came out here 3 months ago. There was a facility, a handful of lifters. Out here right now with you, the flock's growing. It's a good flock. It's like a family. They're all motivated and focused on what they want to do. Some of them might have dreams of being an Olympian one day. Everybody just wants to be better. And I think that's what makes a good gym. And helps to have nice equipment too, but you know, great equipment actually. But I like the training environment. The owner, Big Mike, he's a great guy. He's supportive of all the athletes and coaches. So I really like it out here.
Oh yeah, and I think that's something that you need. Like I said, we can have the space. You can have great equipment, but it still has to come. It still got to come back to the people. Like these things we're naming, it's just bonus, man. There's hella space in here. We see the equipment, man. Everything is beautiful. You know. But what I picked up on, like I said, is the vibration just with the people, because we have to set the atmosphere. And that's something that you can feel. I walked in the gym, like I said, I'm pretty sure you experienced this too. Walked in the gym, you can feel the tension in the room, and it's almost like, damn, I got to do a mental workout just to even get myself to where I need to be, because I noticed such and such, they only be working out, sitting together, but now they're over here, this person's over there, and you like, I really just want to train. You know what I'm saying? You're doing lifts, and then like, you know, if you feel bad because you're having a good training session sometimes, it's interesting. So here, you know what I'm saying? That's the thing that I picked up on. That's the type of person I am. I just like to just try to feel things out. And that's one thing that I noticed. Like you hit on saying it's a family environment. I picked up on that, and I just kind of sit back and observe, you know, just observe people and just kind of listen to the words that they're saying, watch body language, and people, they seem like they're very motivated. They seem like they're happy to have you here. I know they love, you know, having equipment where they know for sure I can do some lifts. I don't worry about the bar locking up on me, hurting my wrist or hurting my shoulder, because I mean, these things can happen. Yes, so you know, it's good that we get that, you know, great equipment here, and like I said, nice space. But I really can appreciate the people appreciating the space with their attitudes, because you don't want to fill this place up with, like I said, with tension and egos, because that's no good. So that's what I seem to that's what I picked up on. That's what I love the most.
Okay, well, I hope you enjoy your time like I do here, and hope you come back.
I will.